On this episode of the movie review, as we're wrapping up AVP week, the final day of AVP week here on the channel, we're now going to talk about Aliens vs. Predator and Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Welcome to the movie review. It's time we get started. Adventurous ones for another episode of the movie review. I am your host as always, the master of all multiverses, and the reason why they've turned into absolute and total shitfest. Not sorry for it, but you're welcome. Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe, at your services, and today, as we're wrapping up the final day of AVP week here on the channel, we are going to talk about, for this episode of the movie review, two movies in one, and that is Alien vs. Predator and Alien vs. Predator Requiem, the sequel to Alien vs. Predator, which, by the way, was the worst sequel they could ever come up with, for reasons I will explain during the review. Now, let's kick things off right now talking about Alien vs. Predator. This movie was so hyped that people were losing their shit over the fact that it was happening, finally. That we're getting Alien versus Predator, okay? This was going to be awesome as hell. But because it was the way it was set, the way it was done, and so on and so forth, a lot of people veered away from loving it to more along the lines of saying, oh God, they should have done something different, you know? Why didn't they make it more comic book accurate? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? Okay, for one, Alien vs. Predator takes place in the Antarctic, okay? Kind of like The Thing, okay, where they were in the Antarctic and stuff. Only this is in the Antarctic Peninsula area and stuff, at an old whaling station. Basically, it was one of those places set up in the Antarctic that they had whaling ships coming in with the whales they'd caught and shit and killed, and then they skinned them, deboned them, took the meat from them and everything else in between. It was one of those little colonies, if you will. Well, it turns out that there was something buried in the ice. Well, that's where it gets interesting, because as they were making the team of people that were on their way over to this place, thanks to Weyland-Yutani and stuff, okay, the interesting part was there was no way, there was something under the ice. There was some kind of a pyramid or something under the ice. They could see it, okay? Well, something drilled a hole deep into there in order to get down there. And they were like, okay, that wasn't there a few days ago when we first discovered this and stuff. All of a sudden, there's a giant hole in the ice, and it's literally leading us straight down to this pyramid. Well, that's when we learned that the Yautja are there. Okay, 3 Yautja, all on a hunting party, and it was basically their test, if you will, and stuff, to becoming true, warriors and all that kind of shit, okay, true-blooded, whatever you want to call them, okay. The point is, they were sent down there to kill the xenomorphs that were there, that were going to be birthed. The humans were led into a trap. They needed the humans so the xenomorphs could be born again and stuff. And the predators could hunt them. The Yautja could hunt them. Okay. Well, that kind of backfired big time and stuff. Because, yes, the humans started to produce these damn things, thanks to facehuggers and everything getting attached to them and shit in this room they got trapped in. But it backfired on them and stuff, because the predators started getting attacked by the xenomorphs and destroyed over and over again. Okay, there were only the 3 predators, and only one was going to make it out alive and stuff. Well, sort of alive. He got hit by a face hugger towards the end, and that's when him and another woman team up to fucking take on the queen alien herself and the remaining xenomorphs. Okay, they do this, but in the towards the end of the film, you know, as they're about to take on this queen alien and stuff, the one predator marks her face, and that's the sign of a warrior for them. That's their way of saying, okay, you're now part of my tribe, my clan, my tribe and stuff, and I've marked you as as a warrior. You're going to be a warrior to help me fight these. Okay, he even took a xenomorph's head, the big shielding on their head and stuff, their dome, okay, and made it into a fucking shield for her. I was like, whoa! First time I saw this in the movie theater, I was blown freaking away. I wanted to see more of it. I wanted to own it. And I told my parents when it came out on DVD, Blu-ray, please, can I get it? Please, can I get it? And they said, yes, you can have it, okay? You can get it, okay? So we got it. And I was watching this movie over and over. It was my favorite. I was loving it. Then the announcement came there was going to be a sequel because, boom, Alien vs. Predator ended with the one remaining Yautja that helped her fight the queen alien and stuff, the alien queen. Okay, he dies fighting her and stuff, and she's given a weapon. Okay, she's given the spear thing by the emperor or the clan leader or whatever. Okay, and they take the body of the Yautja that was with her and put it back on the ship and stuff. Well, lo and behold, just as the ship is leaving orbit back into space, the damn xenomorph pops out of the Yautja, the dead Yautja, and it's got the xenomorph head, but it's also got the predator mouth, the Yautja's mouth. I says, oh my god! And that's how the movie ends. Okay. It took nearly 3 years or more before we got the sequel, because the sequel came out and it was titled Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Why was it titled Requiem? Well, apparently there was some mix-up in what they wanted to do and everything, and they had a director leave, then they had one come in, then they had 2 writers leave over disagreements with the new director and the executives, and they had to bring in new writers. Okay, this movie is hated by everyone. It's still a good watch if you're able to watch it, because Alien vs. Predator Requiem is considered the darkest movie ever. All the shots, all of them, in the dark, they're too freaking dark. Half the time you couldn't even see the xenomorph pred-alien character, you know, the main villain of the whole damn movie and shit. You couldn't hardly see him. And then on top of that, there was shots where it was too dark in the forest or something like that, so you couldn't even see the predator that was sent in to freaking destroy this guy and shit, and you know, cover up everything that happened and so on and so forth. Plus, this was the first time I ever saw this in anything to do with Predator and stuff. Now, as we all know from the Predator movies, Predator will not target anyone that's not holding a weapon. And that includes women and children, okay? Because in Predator 2, we saw the little kid in the cemetery and stuff, and he offered the Predator some candy. Even though nobody could see the Yautja at the time and stuff, this little kid could see him. Okay? And offered him some candy. He did nothing to the kid. He didn't want nothing to do with the kid. He was just like, okay, you can go. You can go. Go away. I'm trying to keep an eye on Danny Glover over there. Okay, my target. Boom. When it came to the cop lady that was one of Danny Glover's partners and stuff like that, okay, she was pregnant. Predator grabbed her at that point and stuff, and he literally had her where he was gonna kill her and stuff. But then he scanned her and saw she's with child, and he was just like, he let her live. Okay, that was something I didn't know would happen in these kind of situations. Well, in Alien versus Predator Requiem, it happened again because a hunter and his son, a father and son, were out in the woods hunting and stuff. Okay, nobody knew what happened to them. They were trying to they were sent a search party out there looking for them and everything. The Predator that was sent to Earth to deal with the Pred alien and the crash and everything else in between. Okay, he sees the child dead on the ground and stuff, and sees that it's got a hole in its chest from the xenomorph popping out and stuff. He takes the child's, he takes his hand like this and goes like this and literally goes and covers the child's eyes before melting him away. Using this blue liquid stuff he melts the dad away, he melts the child away, but first he went like that and closed his eyes. Like, okay, I get it now. So apparently Yautja do not harm children. They don't give a damn about children. Okay? They see children as innocent people and stuff like that. They see women innocent unless they're holding a weapon and shit like that. Okay, and trying to harm them. Okay, but in the case of Requiem, this one was all over the freaking place. And it became one of those movies where you just sit back and go, I don't know if I could watch this again. Literally, I don't know if I could watch this movie again. Well, turns out that, I can watch it. I watch it, both of them, sometimes. But my biggest problem was the human element in this. We don't need to see high school. We didn't need to see a bunch of high school bullies kind of deal picking on a pizza delivery boy and shit. Because his brother was, a criminal and shit like that. His brother was a criminal who was also a veteran. Okay? And so on and so forth. Okay? He was pretty much a hometown hero of sorts, okay, till he got in some trouble with the law and so on and so forth. Now he's considered like the black sheep, okay, if you will. But the problem is, Big Brother doesn't act like Big Brother should, okay? Like, if your younger brother is being picked on by these pieces of shit, human pieces of shit, okay, my little brother's being picked on by these motherfuckers, I'm gonna come after them, okay? I would have made them go down in the fucking sewer since they wanted to throw his keys down there, okay? I would have made them go down there. But instead, the brothers go down there, and that's when they discover the Pred alien. That's when they discover the xenomorphs that are down there and shit, and almost get freaking killed. I'm like, oh my god. Plus, like I said, the shots were so dark, you couldn't tell what was going on. So, my final thoughts. Alien vs. Predator, great movie. I love that movie so much. That is one of my personal favorites when it comes to aliens and Predator, okay, in general. However, Requiem is one of those I sit back and I go, why is it so dark? Why have they got it so damn dark? It's like, put a little more lighting in there and stuff, or at least a filter of some kind, okay? Lighten it up a little. You don't need it super fucking dark so we can't see the movie. I mean, seriously, I had people in the theater go and actually get up out of their seats and walk out there to talk to the ushers or one of them and say, is there a problem with the movie? It's too dark. Is there a problem with the projector? It's too dark or something. And they said, we'll look into it. No, it was part of the frickin' movie. Well, anyways, my final thoughts on Requiem is that they could have done better. It could have still been a great movie if the shots weren't so damn dark and the human element was kind of a little less in it. Okay? When it's called Alien versus Predator, you want the aliens versus Predator element. You don't want the human drama that's going to lead into these two fighting and so on and so forth. Okay? Anyways, let's hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below, Adventurous Ones. Did you like these movies? Is it one? Do you have a favorite among either two of these? Or if you also necessary, tell us what your favorite Predator or Alien movie is. Down in the comment section down below. And that's it for this one, Adventurous Ones, and AVP week is concluded. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss on anything we've got coming up on this channel in 2026. Later today, we have got the giveaway announcement for March coming up at 3 p.m. today. So if you're going to be wanting to be a part of it, watch for that video and make sure you hit the bell notification so you get updated on when it goes live. Anyways, until the next one, Adventurous Ones, and hopefully maybe a newer AVP review in the future. We'll see. Peace out. May the force be with all of you. Every last one of y'all have a safe, lovely, and beautiful week out there. Take care of yourselves, your family, your friends, your pets, loved ones in general. And unlike these people in AVP Requiem, be smart. Use your heads, okay? Use your brains that are in there and stuff. And get them safely to the people that love and care about you the most, alright? Because we're not living in safe times anymore. There are no more second chances in life, and every day is life is precious as much as life itself. Every day being shorter and shorter, okay? Don't listen to stupid people. Don't do stupid shit that's going to get you badly hurt or 6 feet in the ground forever. And every chance you have, you use them wisely. And tell those people how much you love and care for them in return. Until then, take care. God bless to every one of you out there. Please remain safe. And we'll see you all later.